Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl NYC SASH. That is New York City Sash. I am your host of this here podcast, Muzzle Off. This is episode 2 of season 1, 25 to life. I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad that I'm back on your screens. Let's get right into what I want to talk about today. I wanted to recap a little bit about my first episode because apparently I ruffled a couple of feathers. Apparently I raised a couple eyebrows. You want to know why? Because a lot of you obviously did not know that I had an OnlyFans, and it triggered some of you guys because you feel like you were bamboozled, like I was coming on Instagram looking like Mother Teresa. I mean, be for real. Half my cleavage is on Instagram. You cannot possibly tell me you think I'm sitting here bowed down doing my rosary every night. I mean, let's be serious. You feel me? My ex wrote me regarding the episode, said that everything that I said was wrong and that he treated me good and this and that. Listen, let me keep it 100% honest with you, Edwin. I don't really care what you have to say. I love you and all, but the breakup was public. A random bitch from Racetrack that I never even really went to knew about us breaking up, knew about me, knew about you, knew who you were, who I was, and I didn't even know this bitch. That is public enough for me to be able to say it was public. Okay, thank you very much. Not only that, I cannot lie. The reason why I started OnlyFans is because the girl that you were with had one, and I decided to start one too. I don't understand. How is anything that I'm saying less of a fact than what it was when I first said it in the first video? Literally. I mean, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's watch the video from the start. Let's analyze everything that we heard and really correlate it to what you said in those DMs. Okay? I think what you should do is worry about the things that you're running from in real life rather than trying to correct and make right the things that happened, quote unquote, 6 years ago. That was actually 4 years ago. But like, that was still a long time ago. But there's things that are happening in your life right now that you need to face and not worry about this podcast where I'm talking about my life and I'm not bringing you up. But since you wanted to get brought up, I did. Anyway, that's enough with that. 4 years was definitely enough, right? So let's move forward. A lot of you guys did not know that I was from New York, which is almost disrespectful because it's like, how do you not know that I'm from New York City? Born and raised in the Bronx, baby. It's never been more simpler. I came to Florida in 2017, probably the worst thing that I did because I think that my people are really in New York City. I don't think my people are out here in Florida. I fuck with Floridians, but there's just a certain level of Floridian that I can take because after a while, I kind of just am over it. I really am. When I first moved here, let me just tell you guys, right? I never got bullied in New York. I really never did. But when I came to Florida, I don't know what the problem was with some of these bitches, but it was some toxic shit going on. Like, I walked into the school and by the afternoon, I was the talk of the town. And I couldn't understand why. I don't know what it was about me per se, but bitches was talking shit. And maybe some of y'all can answer in the comments what was the real tea, because even to this day that I graduated in 2019, I still question, what was so interesting about little old me that y'all had to sit in little groups in the lunchroom talking shit, looking and pointing and shit. Like, I never understood that. And I don't know if it was because I came from New York and maybe that aura was like, you could smell it off of me, or maybe I came in looking crazy, maybe my outfit, maybe the way I was dressed, because I knew I dressed different than y'all. So, maybe it was that, but I always wondered, I hated the fact that I even moved out here to begin with, because my whole life, my best friend, the people that I love, I care about, they were all in New York. So I was like, why would I ever live in Florida? you know. And then I met so many fake ass hoes out here, bro. I'm talking about the fakest bitches I've ever met came from right here in Florida. Right here in Florida, the fakest bitches. I mean, I've fought bitches about $8. I've done all type of shit, and I would never forget that, man. Shout out to her though. She cool and all, but man, I can't believe I fought your dumb ass about no fucking $8. Like, bitch, for real, that was really corny as fuck. Be for real, girl. But much love to you. I see you doing good. That's great. I'm happy. But I hope, nobody else ever has to fight for no fucking $8 ever in their life again. Not me, not you, not nobody else that's watching this podcast, for real. But yeah, like for real, I done did a lot of crazy shit, bro. For money, for dudes. I'm not for them, but because of them. Like, because of money, because of dudes, because of a bitch, because of a job. Like, I'm talking about, I've literally gotten into full-blown arguments with people that I've known because of stupid shit. Like, let me tell y'all a story. There was a girl that I considered my best friend for a long time. She was a very skinny girl. I always used to post her. And we worked at the same job together, right? And one time they had told me that they were going to put me as manager, right? So this girl, I'm sitting in the nail salon getting my nails done, right? And I'm telling her about this promotion that might happen. And she's like, how you going to get that promotion? Like, how you going to get that promotion and you always late? I'm never late. And just like basically comparing the fact that she was better than me at the job, which that should have been my first red flag with that friendship, because it was like, damn, like how the fuck you want to sit here and talk shit about me in my face while I'm literally telling you about like a really dope ass thing that I'm about to experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. I never understood that. Like, I could not fathom that. And it was just like every single time some good shit used to happen to me, it was the fakest round of applause I've ever heard. You know what I mean? Like, it was just never authentic. It was never real. I never understood why I was friends with that bitch until like I never understood why I was friends with her until I realized that the only reason why I was attached to her is because when I left my relationship, I was going into like a friendship that was almost like a relationship without sex. Literally without sex. We wasn't fucking. I know a lot of people thought we was fucking. I kid you not, a lot of people thought we was fucking, which is crazy to me because, people thought she was like my girl. People thought she was my chick, like she was my wife or something. My mom even used to be like, bro, are y'all gay? My dad didn't want to even meet her because he thought that we was a gay couple. And he just thought that we was just a gay couple. Like, he just didn't see nothing else. He just saw y'all is gay and y'all lying to me. Dead ass. I never got that close to a girl where we look like we dating ever again. I would never. No gay shit. Cause like all my friends and I, we all super, super, super Gucci. Like we, cause like, see each other naked, all type of shit. And it's never no weird shit. But with her, I don't know. It was always like she could see like little things about my body. I'm like, damn, you really paying a whole lot of attention to my body. Like, and I'm not even paying attention to your body like that. Why the fuck you know how my nipple look right now? Talking about, like, why does it look so big right now? Like, how the fuck do you know what my nipple looks like for real? Like, I don't know why that used to like kind of irk me. Kind of like, what? Like, how do you know this? And this is me being for real. Like, this is me genuinely being like, I never understood why a person that was like my friend used to pay attention to my actual body for real like that. Anyway, I'm gonna let it go, because if I keep on thinking about it, I'm gonna die about it. Because I be thinking about shit like that all the time, even like sad shit too. Like, I do this, like, shout out to my boy Christian. Long story with Christian. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like, me and Christian have a long story, but I'm gonna just make it real simple. That was my dog. You feel me? Rest in peace, my dog. You know, he passed away in a very horrific way, and I really don't think that he should have went out that way. I think everybody involved in that situation should go to hell. And yeah, that's it, you know. I'm not going to say nothing else on that because I'm just going to shut the fuck up, honestly. Anywho, a lot of people are wondering about me going to college and what happened with that, which is a question that I received. A question I received that I didn't really want to talk about, but it's all right. I'm going to just explain a little bit. So I decided that I wasn't going to partake in the veterinary medical field after working in the field for a little bit because it just wasn't something that I felt comfortable in. I feel like there's just a lot of levels of abuse that we don't take into consideration that is done by these veterinary workers. And not only was I seeing like minor actions that kind of gave off abuse, but I was also seeing that there was like this sense of like sales and like overpricing on things that didn't need to be overpriced. Like they just wanted them to be overpriced because they were judging the patients by what they were wearing or like what they had going on and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It was just weird. I just don't know. It was not something that I definitely wanted to be a part of. Like, it was super questionable. Like, I did not feel 100% in that. You feel me? So I had a lot of people asking me about that. You know, I just got my diploma and I was so happy that I finished college. But at the end of the day, I just didn't feel like it was meant for me. School was amazing. And I did everything that I could to graduate. And that's something that I'd be talking to you guys about because it's important, you know. But it wasn't meant for me. And another thing that I want to tell you guys about on a serious note, though, is that sometimes it's important to recognize when you no longer want to do something, because the quicker that you can identify that this is something that you don't want to do, the quicker you can move on to the thing that you might really want to do. And that's just the whole thing, you know. That's a part of life. That is actually the key component in life, to be able to do something, try it, and say, this is not what I want. I want to do something else. The ability to change your mind and proceed to do something else and do it and try to be successful in it. Get to the goal that you want, and then realize, okay, this is not for me. This is for me, whatever it may be, you know. The point is to put goals out there, achieve them, and then figure out if you want to achieve more goals in that path or not, you know. I try to explain to people as much as I can that life is about experiencing, okay? It's about experiencing things, going out there and seeing the world, experiencing the world, trying to find little things that make you happy, no matter where it is, no matter where it's from, no matter what you're doing while feeling that way, you know. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that life has to offer that may make you happy, but you will only know if you go out there and actually try and actually discover it. Okay. Discovering yourself is also discovering everything around you, because if you just are more worried about what's going on right here and you're not focusing on what's going on around you, then you're missing out on a whole lot, because you're not the only thing that exists in this world. Everything else exists along with you. So that's the stuff that you have to take into consideration when you look at life and you look at your path and you look at the things that you've accomplished, the things that you can accomplish, you know, even the things that you haven't accomplished. You have to look at all the elements of your life and actually be like, yo, I haven't been giving myself the credit that I deserve, or I haven't been giving myself the grace that I deserve, because I could actually go out there and try this or try that, even if I don't like it, I could move forward. This is the type of shit that I be trying to tell you guys about, because I went to college. I spent 25 bands going into that fucking college out of my pocket, because that's what I had to pay. And guess what? I paid it, and I understood that that was an experience, and it was something that if I were to do again, I would do it differently, and I would do it in a way where I have more ability, So I'm going to just leave it at that. If I were to ever go back and do school again, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to do it in the way that I should have done it in the first place. And that's only if that opportunity is presented to me, in a way that it would need to. But for sure, I know that my life path took me somewhere else, and I'm for sure going to ride with that, because I can always go back to something that I started. It's not like I didn't finish, That's what I try to tell people. I make a goal and I complete the goal. I never just leave it undone, I never put my goals too far so that I'm just failing at everything. No, I give myself little goals so that I can see if I enjoy, achieving those goals. And I'm gonna be real. Sometimes, what you think you will love is not something that you actually really love, which it goes for everything. You feel me? Even with people, with places, with food, like the change of mind is a natural thing. For sure. And that's why I'm not too hard on like love and stuff, because I have that understanding as well, that sometimes you meet people and the reality is that they're not really meant for you. They're more of a momentarily, wow, I can't think of the word right now. You're only momentarily. Am I saying that right, guys? Like, I really don't know. But you're for the moment, okay? And whatever I'm supposed to learn from you, that's just what I'm learning from you. And that's it. So, you might have to move forward. You might have to go on. But sometimes people really do be really thinking that y'all gonna be together, and you're just like, I don't think so, So this is why it's good to accept certain stuff and just know certain things, so that when you go through life and you experience people changing their mind on you, or you having to change your mind on them, you know how to handle that situation, whether it's you changing your mind or them changing your mind. Well, them changing their mind, And this is just me chatting and talking to you guys about things that I think about, because this is really what I do. I get on here and I just talk about the things that are on my mind, and hopefully you guys resonate with it. I know that I talked a little bit of shit in this one. I'm not even trying to be messy, for real. I just honestly be talking the truth, and whatever it is, and whatever is not, it's not. A lot of people have a problem with the way that I present myself and the way that I present issues that I've dealt with and stuff, which, at the end of the day, no matter who you are, no matter the type of presence you have, they're always going to hate something that you do, especially when it comes down to the fact that it's the truth that you're talking about and it involves them, and their reality doesn't include your truth. So that's fine. That's great. You just got to know that remain who you are is the best thing to do. Remain who you are and keep on saying what you got to say, and it's going to be all right, because people are going to obviously get the point. They're going to get the gist at some point and be like, yo, this bitch is not the one to fuck with. She is not the one to sit around and fuck with, okay, because she finna sell you out on her podcast. No, but seriously, I have never even sold anybody out on here. I have never fessed anybody up, for real. I've honestly played it super chill. I'm just going to tell the stories that I know. And if it includes a story that you may be involved in, you better make sure nobody knows it's about you. Like I said, it's so crazy, because in the beginning of this podcast, I did write that, I personally probably won't ever name drop, but if somebody else do, hey, my podcast is still going up. you know. The first 10 episodes, though, I do want it to just be us. Like, let's just have a conversation. Let's just talk a little bit. I want y'all to get to know me a little bit more before I start talking to other people, because I feel like the more that you know Samantha, the more you'll understand why she has the people that she has on her show. I also am going to have something so different for you guys for this second season. And I know I'm only on episode 2, and I know that things have been a little bit rough around the edges, but hey, I'm giving it to you guys no matter what. Rain, winds, heats, snow, it don't matter what's the weather, baby. I'm finna give you your episode. And I finna come harder every single time. Little by little, I'm easing my way in, you know. I gotta loosen up a little bit more. There's a lot of things that y'all want me to talk about that I kinda am like, all right, you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of individuals that do know me. You feel me? And they get the concept. They know that the point is to kind of like talk to you guys about things that I've went through and stories that I have. So if they know me, man, they know a couple stories that I have, and they might want me to talk about those stories. And I might get in tune with y'all about a couple things that I've went through that maybe, you know, nobody knows about. But for sure, guys, for sure, I just want you all to understand that whatever you want to do, nobody needs to explain. Nobody needs to have you explain to them. Excuse me. Nobody, okay, at all, needs to sit there and get an explanation from you about why you're doing it. And I mentioned that because there was a comment that somebody left in my DM and said, how do I start a podcast? What made you confident enough to start a podcast and stuff? And even though it was just one person that said it, I still want to say this to everybody watching. It don't matter what it is that you want to do. As long as you set a plan and a goal, you will get it done little by little by little. And then you can start giving yourself time frames where you want to get things done, and so on and so forth. Learn things that you have to learn. Make yourself knowledgeable of the things you need to make yourself knowledgeable about, just so that you are aware of what you're getting yourself into, whether it be a podcast, making music, making clothes, an entrepreneur of any kind. You feel me? All it takes is just dedication, goals, and initiative. Take an initiative to go get those goals done. You feel me? Those are the most important parts of doing something like this. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not perfect. This is not a perfect podcast. It's also not an edited podcast. This is a straight run podcast. A lot of people do give you straight run podcasts because it's usually live a lot of the times, but I don't do it live personally. I wouldn't know how to do it live. So if you guys do know some information about that, let me know. I'd find that to be pretty dope. But yeah, for sure. This is a raw and real situation over here. I give it to you guys as straight as it can be. You feel me? And that's just the way I personally like it. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. I cannot lie. This episode was very much all over the place because there was just so much I wanted to say. There's still so much that I want to say, but we can leave that for episode number 3 that will be up next week on Monday at 10 p.m. Actually, 10:30 p.m. I keep on forgetting 10:30. Remember that, 10:30. All right, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you again on Muzzle Off.